OpenAI just spent the last year convincing Silicon Valley to invest billions in AI infrastructure, and now a small Chinese startup is about to make them look completely ridiculous. DeepSeek's R1 model already matched GPT-4's performance while costing pennies on the dollar to develop, and now they're rushing R2 to market months ahead of schedule. The scariest part for OpenAI? DeepSeek's services are up to 40 times cheaper. Not 40% cheaper, 40 times cheaper. The entire AI industry is about to get flipped upside down again. In today's video, we'll break down how DeepSeek could collapse OpenAI's $200 billion business model and why this could be the most disruptive moment in AI since ChatGPT first launched. So, what exactly is happening with DeepSeek? Well, DeepSeek was planning to release R2 in early May, but now wants it out as early as possible. This accelerated timeline is clearly strategic. GPT-5 might not arrive for months, so DeepSeek sees a window of opportunity to establish R2 before OpenAI can respond with their next heavyweight model. The upcoming R2 is designed to dramatically improve on two fronts: coding capabilities and reasoning in languages beyond English. This multilingual focus represents a huge advantage when considering global markets. Most advanced language models are English-centric, which limits their utility for the majority of the world's population. If DeepSeek can nail multilingual reasoning, they could open up massive markets that OpenAI hasn't fully tapped yet. There's a delicious irony at play in this situation. OpenAI, a company that dropped the open part of their ethos years ago, is getting challenged by a truly open-source competitor. DeepSeek's models can be downloaded, copied, modified, and run locally. No need to pay per token. Many are wondering how a Chinese startup managed to match what cost OpenAI billions to develop. The answer reveals a fascinating backstory. DeepSeek had a head start most people don't know about. Back in 2020 and 2021, they invested around 1.5 billion yuan, so approximately $230 million, in two AI supercomputing clusters, including Firefly 2 with approximately 10,000 NVIDIA A100 chips they acquired before US export restrictions kicked in. Even with this hardware advantage, they still had far fewer resources than their US counterparts. Scale AI CEO Alexander Wang claimed DeepSeek has a lot more chips than they're supposed to under the export laws, though that appears to be a misunderstanding. The reality is they had to maximize efficiency because they couldn't rely on brute force computing. This constraint became a catalyst for innovation in ways that Silicon Valley, drowning in venture capital and high-end chips, never needed to consider. DeepSeek pioneered techniques like mixture of experts and multi-head latent attention, essentially creating specialized components within their AI that only activate when needed. DeepSeek's founder, Liang Wenfeng, has been described as super introverted and low-key, and his leadership style reflects this character. Before starting DeepSeek, he made his fortune through a quantitative hedge fund called Highflyer. His approach to running DeepSeek is more like a research lab than a classic for-profit startup. While most Chinese tech companies push the infamous 996 schedule, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week, whereas DeepSeek employees work normal 8-hour days in a collaborative environment like the West. Despite this more balanced work culture, DeepSeek is attracting elite talent by paying top dollar. Senior data scientists can earn up to $1.5 million annually, compared to about $800,000 at competitor firms. The results speak for themselves. The DeepSeek app reached 100 million users just 7 days after launch. For comparison, ChatGPT took 2 months to hit that milestone, and TikTok needed 9 months. Industry leaders are taking notice of this rapid growth. The Indian tech CEO of Zenar, a company doing about $500 million in revenue yearly, called DeepSeek R2's pending launch a pivotal moment in AI history that could break the stranglehold of a few dominant players in the field. According to his prediction, DeepSeek's success with cost-effective, open-source AI models will likely spur companies worldwide to accelerate their own efforts, creating a wave of innovation beyond the usual suspects in Silicon Valley. This scenario represents a fundamental shift in how we think about AI development. Consider the implications. When a smaller company with fewer resources can produce competitive models, maybe not quite as good but very close, at a fraction of the cost and make them available as open source, the barriers to entry collapse. Anyone can download these models, customize them, and build applications without paying exorbitant API fees. That's why this is about way more than just one company challenging another. It's about two completely different philosophies of AI development colliding. The closed, capital-intensive approach championed by OpenAI versus the efficient, open-source model pioneered by DeepSeek. One requires billions in infrastructure. The other makes AI accessible to virtually anyone. The competition extends well beyond technical considerations into the geopolitical arena. The US government is deeply concerned about Chinese AI models spreading through the world. Some US senators are reportedly proposing penalties as severe as 20 years in jail for people who download DeepSeek models due to potential connections to the Chinese government. While that may sound extreme, it illustrates the high stakes involved in this technological race. Meanwhile, within China, the government is fully embracing DeepSeek. Government entities and major corporations like Lenovo, BYD, and Tencent are already integrating their models. Chinese officials are even advising DeepSeek to maintain a low profile in international media. They recognize the strategic advantage this technology represents in the global AI race. DeepSeek's ambitions extend beyond software alone. The company is reportedly exploring in-house chip development and recruiting semiconductor design talent. If they can create specialized hardware optimized for their unique approach, they might eventually break free from dependency on Western chips entirely. For established players like OpenAI, the implications are huge and potentially existential. Their entire business model assumes that cutting-edge AI requires massive infrastructure investments. Sam Altman has been lobbying heavily for expanded AI capabilities, with rumors of plans to spend up to $500 billion on global data centers. But if DeepSeek proves you can achieve comparable results with clever engineering and far less compute, that whole approach starts looking questionable. The pricing differential alone poses a significant challenge. Business Insider reported a massive difference between DeepSeek's pricing and OpenAI's equivalent models. Even accounting for various tiers and discounts, the gap remains staggering. OpenAI's margins are vulnerable to DeepSeek's disruptive open-source strategy, which perhaps explains why OpenAI is rushing to roll out advanced features like their deep research tool and voice mode to more users. They're trying to justify premium pricing, while DeepSeek is demonstrating that high-quality AI might not be as expensive to produce as we've been led to believe. Looking at the bigger picture, this competition drives innovation on both sides. What DeepSeek has achieved is remarkable, but they have built on foundations laid by Western research. Some of their techniques adapt innovations pioneered in US labs, but they have also contributed original breakthroughs that Western companies will likely incorporate into their own systems. This cross-pollination of ideas is how technology advances, though usually not with such geopolitical tension in the background. The most profound implication isn't just that DeepSeek might take market share from OpenAI, it's that they could fundamentally reshape how AI develops globally. If a team with limited resources and clever engineering can match or beat the tech giants with their massive data centers, it opens the door to innovation from unexpected places. The AI monopoly could crumble, replaced by a diverse ecosystem of open-source applications. So what happens next? Will OpenAI pivot towards open source? Will Western governments try to block DeepSeek through regulation like Italy? Or will DeepSeek R2 establish a new paradigm where AI becomes more accessible worldwide? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, thanks for watching.